the Detroit Pistons draft, obviously selecting Ron Holland, 5th overall, and then Bobby Klintman in the 2nd round.
I like the possibilities of both guys. Obviously, Ron Holland's the one we'll be emphasizing the most. You look at the draft, that class wasn't particularly good, and Ron Holland checked a lot of boxes. Uber athlete, uber competitive, can get downhill, can defend. The only thing he couldn't do is shoot. And obviously, if this was an organization that had prioritized shooting or had gotten better development from guys in terms of shooting, I don't think people would have the blowback that they did. But at the end of the day, shooting is the most teachable skill, I think, in today's game. They hired Fred Vinson for a reason. And I also think, like, I got a lot of texts and messages. Is this just a SAR 2.0? And it's like, well, in all the good ways, yeah, like everything you love about Asar, this guy has too. But, and I'm not saying that he'll be better than Asar. I actually think very highly of Asar, but I think his base for his jump shot is easier to work with than Asar. So there's the upside there. And to me, like, yeah, I think if you're picking 5 in a crapshoot of a draft, if you think there's a guy who's just maybe a piece of, not a piece away, but a skill away from being a legitimately scary prospect, go for it. And I like this team shooting for the moon. They don't have a lot of high-end prospects. At the end of the day, for this team to get to where they want to go, it has to be from drafting well and developing those guys. So I get that. And Bobby Klintman, again, another guy, upside swing, 6'10", can shoot it, can play both forward spots, doesn't really defend, more of a pick and pop. I think he'll translate to more of like a pick and pop 4. Or a stick in the corner 4 who just knocks down threes if he ends up developing. But again, he has all the physical traits you like in the modern game, and he can already shoot. So I think they addressed a couple things here, but in terms of Holland, I like swinging for the fences as opposed to drafting Dalton Connect because they need 3-point shooting. You can go sign somebody who can shoot threes and has a track record of doing so.
Yeah, I do agree with that in terms of like addressing the shooting needs. I went back and forth with like 3 prospects, kind of given like Trajan Langdon's comments with his presser, and then rewatching some of his Pelican pressers. It seems like Ron Holland or Cody Williams were kind of the archetype of wing he was looking at to possibly draft at 5, and I wasn't really upset with it, given one of my jobs is covering a lot of G League games, so I got to see Ron Holland and Modest a lot, so I wasn't too upset with the pick, given the type of season he had with the Ignite and just almost averaging 20 points a game against grown men in the G League.
Yeah.
The Bobby pick I was kind of surprised by, because I thought Bobby was going to be a first round talent, like, because I kind of had him like 15 to 20 in that range. I'm surprised he slipped.
Yeah, I was too. I was very surprised to see that, and I was actually surprised he was still there when the Pistons moved up. I thought he would have been gone by 37 on day 2.
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was going to be Antonio Reeves personally, because he kind of checked a lot of boxes for them. But I mean, I'm not upset with the Bobby Klintman pick at all.
To my knowledge, I think one guy they like Klintman, and he was on the list of like the very short list if we're trading up. The other guy I know that they were interested in was Johnny Furphy was the other one.
Yeah.
But he was gone before then. I think, wasn't he the first pick in the day 2 or second pick in day 2 or something like that?
He was one of the first picks. I believe
he was gone before 37. Yeah, but he was gone before their pick.
Yeah, I believe the Pacers made a trade with someone and they got him somehow, which, I mean, Pistons fans get to see him 4 times a year. So, I mean, there's that.
Yeah, right.
But, I mean, that kid is just a hard-nosed player. I mean,
yeah,
Pacers are just they're going to be good for a really long time.
Yeah, they're doing it well, and they got to get Tyrese to play some defense. Once they can get him to be passable, I think they'll be scary for a while. I agree.
Yeah, same here. I mean, I thought Pistons could have went after Obi, but he re-signed today, so I was like, damn.
Yeah, that'd been a good one.